You ever got ready to go on a trip with somebody, and when they showed up, they had about 15 or 20 bags, and you was just going someplace for like a day or two, and you're like, "Hey, what you doing with all them bags? That ain't even necessary, you know?" Yeah. Well, in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to get rid of excess baggage. In fact, I'm gonna show you how to get rid of people in your life who are basically dragging you down, draining your energy, ain't got a clue, and every time you try to explain things to them, they get slower than they were before you started talking. Yeah, I came by to tell you tonight that you can't afford it. I stopped by here to let you know tonight that you ain't got to put up with it. And I stopped out of here to let you know tonight that ain't nothing gonna change until you get rid of some excess baggage. Now you say that ain't true, brother Ricky. Everybody around me cool. No, it ain't. Everybody around you ain't cool. No, you no, you ain't, because you ain't no colder than Jesus. And I'm gonna read to you how Jesus got rid of his excess baggage. So I believe if Jesus did it, we all need to do it. You hear what I'm talking about? So come on, let's rock. Let's go straight to the book of John, chapter 6, and let me show you how Jesus got rid of his excess baggage. And I'm a Jesus fan, in case you wonder how Ricky get down. I like to follow the smartest person in the room, the smartest cat on the planet, smartest person ever walked the face of the earth. He done made me, listening to him, that made me amazingly effective in life. And I really don't waste a whole lot of time on nothing that ain't profitable. Why? Because I don't hang out with no bums. I get rid of them. I get rid of them before the relationship even get going real good. Why? Because I learned it from Jesus. So check my man out. I love Jesus Christ. I'm a major fan. Dig what he says. He's in the book of John. He explaining who he is to everybody. He says, so he's making some things, and when you start telling people who you are, you know, shallow-minded folk, they can't take it. They start hating on you and stuff. They're like, who this Negro think he is? Sitting okay, so this is what Jesus said. This is in John chapter 6, verse number 44. He says, no man can come to me except the Father which has sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. So Jesus said, you can't even come to me unless God draw you. I hear him talking about. You can't even come to me unless God draw you. That's a self-confident person who says that you ain't even got no business around here trying to come in and force feed this relationship. You got to be drawn just to come over here and holler at me. I hear what I'm talking about. So everybody put SC in the chat. All right, I'm gonna start it off because I'm just gonna tell you the truth. When I'm dealing with folk, I'm like, I had confidence before I met you. Okay. So everybody put SC in the chat. All right, let's go. SC. Do you have some self-confidence? All right. When you got self-confidence and people come along, they act like they gotta be like you need their approval to do something. I'm like, I don't need your approval. I was doing good before I met you. All right. So um, there you go. All right, self-confidence. So everybody put SC in the chat. Some of y'all, the reason you got so much excess baggage is because your confidence is so shot. You know you got some busters around you need to get rid of. You know it. You know they are draining you. Ain't nothing good happening in that relationship. I hear me. They ain't got nothing to offer. And here you are. Got them riding with you. No, you need some self-confidence. Okay. I love Jesus because Jesus spoke his mind. I hear me. He got a lot of self-confidence. So look, he just explaining to people who he is. People think you bragging when you talk about who you are. You ain't bragging. You're just explaining to them who you are. All right. He said, it is written in the prophets, and they shall be taught of God. Every man, therefore, that hath heard and hath learned of the Father cometh to me. All right. And here goes Jesus again. He said, let me tell you something. He said, everybody that's got some good sense around here, he said, I'm not recruiting you. Everybody's got some good sense around here. Y'all just coming to me. Why? He said, because you got good sense. He said, you done check me out. You done heard me speak. And you know what? I got it going on. It's Jesus talking, right? He's like, and it ain't nobody else like me in the whole earth. So you ain't doing me no favor coming around here. All right. You're doing yourself a favor. All right. All right. All right. So everybody put SF in the chat because we know to do what? We doing myself a favor. All right. So I knew when I started kicking it with God, I was doing myself a favor. So everybody put SF in the chat. Okay. SF. All right. Everybody put SF in the chat so we can make sure y'all got some sense around here because you ain't doing God no favors. He doing you a favor. All right. Some people think that's why I be getting rid of bums in my life. They be hanging out acting like they was doing it. I'm like, you didn't know none of the stuff we teaching you before you came around. Stop acting brand new. All right. Good and well, we putting serious fat on your head. I'm talking about when you know you cold. All right. When you know you cold blooded, you know you got great information, you know you really know your craft, then have a lot of self-confidence, all right? And then what? Realize that your favor is the favor God. It's your self-favor. You the one that's got the favor, not God. I mean, you ain't doing no God no service by him giving you enough sense so you can have some favor. All right. You smart because God bless you to be smart. All right. But know that you are smart. Okay. And what? Know what? Have some self-confidence. Why? Because God blessed you with your and you taking care of your business and you honing your skill and you honing your craft. So don't mess around with busters. When they come around, start trying to act like they're doing you a favor. Let them know I have favor before I met you, and I got confidence. I don't need you for no confidence. So what's about to happen is about to get going. All right, because you're hanging around here and you're acting brand new, acting like you don't understand what's going on, and you some excess baggage. Okay, and I'm not going to have you around here messing with my health or messing with my money either. All right. So you say, not that any man have seen the Father, save he which is of God. He have seen the Father. All right. Now here you go. All right. Now this is the third thing you tell a person. I've been there. All right. All right. So everybody put BT in the chat. Let people know what I'm teaching you about. I've been there. You guessing about stuff that I already know it. I'm telling you stuff I know that you guessing about. All right. So you let them know I've been there. When I'm telling you how to get rid of folk, you won't be bothered with. All right. Let them know I've been there and you ain't. Okay. Jesus said, ain't nobody seen the Father except me. He's like, ain't none of y'all seen the Father? Ain't none of y'all seen the Father except me. He's saying, y'all ain't like me. Ain't like, what? You ain't came from heaven. All right. You came from 43rd Street. You ain't come from heaven. You came from 63rd Street. You ain't come from heaven. You came from the Henry Horner projects. You ain't come from heaven. You came from the suburbs. All right. you, you ain't been nowhere. You ain't been nowhere. You ain't been nowhere. All right. Stop acting like you've been someplace. This is Jesus teaching them. All right. I've been there. All right. Been there. What? Done that. He like, man, I've been there. I've done that. You teach people the same thing. Teach like Jesus. All right. Let people know that what? I already, what you say, Fab? I came from these streets. That's what Jesus like. I've been on them heavenly streets. All right, y'all like the brand new. So he making some declarations here, right? He finna get rid of some excess baggage. All right. He says, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me hath everlasting life." He said, "I am that bread of life." Now he's about to start explaining something in a few minutes. So he's like, "Listen, I'm your meal ticket. All right." He like, I'm that bread of life. I'm your meal ticket. All right. All right, everybody. So everybody put MT in the chat. Let people know when they're coming around you and you teaching folks, let them know I'm your meal ticket. Okay. Stop acting like you the meal. You are not the meal ticket. I'm talking about when you, whatever it is that you do, and you the one that's cold blooded at, when you come around, I realize what you my meal ticket. So I don't come into your domain acting like I'm your meal ticket. When I come into your domain, I act like you the meal ticket. Are you hearing me? What? Obeisance. Are you hearing me? Credit where credit is due. Human beings, especially churchy folk, they ain't got this. They don't know how to treat the person that's their meal ticket. They be acting like I'm like you are not the meal ticket player. All right. The person that put this stuff together, that's the meal ticket. So when I come into your domain and you put the stuff together, I give you your props as the meal ticket. Why? Because I don't want you to kick me to the curb. Are you hearing me? I don't come into your domain where you the meal ticket and act like I'm the meal ticket. Jesus telling these mugs, look, I'm the bread of life around here. All right. I'm that bread that came down from heaven. What is bread? Your meal. You're like, I'm the meal ticket. If you want to get to heaven unscathed, then you need to holler at me. All right. I don't need to holler at you. I'm your meal ticket. That is so ridiculous. So ridiculous. How people, they don't understand who they are. You know, that's why you put up with so much nonsense out of folk. Are you hearing me? When you are the meal ticket, they need to recognize. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? When they are the meal ticket, you need to recognize. Why? Before you mess around and get fired. I'm amazed that people come into people's domains acting like they the domain. I'm like, you are not the domain. You are not the main character. All right. You are a role player. Okay. So you come up in here and play your role. Are you digging what I'm saying? Everybody is a meal ticket in some area of life because you're the one that's got that particular skill set, or you're the one that's got it going on in that area. So everybody else coming around you, they need to recognize that. And when they don't recognize that, get rid of them. All right. I'm going to show you how to get rid of them, like Jesus getting rid of folk. Practice what Jesus does. See, the reason a lot of you all have trouble is because y'all got a lot of fake humility. That's why my book is coming out next week. The book that's coming out next week, my book, Humble Aggression, It's coming out next week. Why did I write humble aggression? Because I'm looking at all these timid folk acting like they humble. I'm like, you are not humble. People run you over. Are you hearing me? You got some bums in your life that you need to kick to the curb. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? They act like they your meal ticket when you they meal ticket. And they got you all stressed out. You the one that's helping making sure they paying their bills and everything because they are a part of what it is that you doing, and they don't even respect you. Are you hearing me? Excess baggage. You wake up and go to sleep every day feeling violated. You wake up in the morning feeling violated, go to sleep at night feeling violated because you're allowing that nonsense in your life and you think it's humility, and it got nothing to do with humility. It's got everything to do with passivity. Passive people let people run them over and then act like they like it. I'm like, you don't like it. And that's why you're gonna mess around and get some high blood pressure and have a heart attack. Why? Because you got these bums around you. Check these bums and let them know. Look, I'm the meal ticket around here. I'm the one that created this. Whatever it is that you created. Okay. And that's what humility is. Humility is the aggression to get rid of bums. That's part of what humility is. Most people think they humble. I'm like, you're not humble because you want to dress the folk around you that's acting a fool. We know you humble because you will address these people. You're just trying to keep some fake peace. But you don't want no fake peace. All right, everybody put it in the chat. NFP. No fake peace. NFP. All right. Okay. NFP. Put it in the chat. NFP. I don't want no fake peace. I don't need your fake butt around here. NFP. I got to act like I don't even like you. All right. Get lost. Okay. Why? Because you're around here causing trouble. You hear what I'm talking about? Because you think you the meal ticket, you're not the meal ticket. I'm explaining to you how things go. You don't want to hear how things go. Why? Because you arrogant. You don't want to hear nothing. You're a bunch of baggage. You know what I'm talking about? My blood pressure is real low. Some kind of way it got to be 136 over 118. It's normally 118 over 77. I don't even know what happened. I think it's because I was in the dentist the other day, and that big old chick that walked up and started pushing my teeth around, talking about, "Arr." I think she scared the hell out of me. I think my blood pressure went up. But I'm a very peaceful person. Why am I so peaceful? Because I tell people what I think about them. I ain't got nothing balled up on the inside of me. I hear what I'm talking about? I ain't got none of that extra stress, pressure on me or nothing. I tell people to their face how I feel about them. And we like each other, we don't like it, it don't make me no never mind. You hear what I'm talking about? So I'm trying to help you because I know some of y'all are doing way too much kissing up. Pucker up. You know you don't like these bums hanging out around you. So Jesus is about to get rid of some of these bums because he's explaining who he is, and they don't act like they don't understand what he's saying. Let me tell you something about people that you got to get rid of. Are you listening to me? They play dumb. Either they play dumb or they actually really dumb. In either case, get rid of them because you can't be around no dumb folk. Whether they playing dumb or whether they actually really dumb, that's a personal decision that people want to act like they don't know what's going on. All right, so let's see what my man got to say. I love Jesus, my man here. I love the way he talked to folk. He had so much good sense. He says, "I'm that bread of life." He said, "Your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness," and he said they did. All right. So what is he talking about? He said, all the stuff you've been trying don't work. He said, your fathers, he said, they ate manna in the wilderness. He said, you need to eat me. He said, because the stuff your fathers ate in the wilderness, it didn't work. All right. That stuff didn't work. Did not work. All right. So everybody put DNW in the chat. It did not work. Let people know around you. Stuff you was doing before you met me, it didn't work. Let them know. Tell them to their face. All right. I'm finna get rid of you because you're trying to act like you got it going on. The stuff you was doing before I met you, it did not work. All right. And now you're trying to act like it did. No, it didn't work. You was a buster when we met each other, and you know it. I'm sorry, I put DB. Did not work. All right. Did not work. All right. Now you're trying that. You done had a little bit of success hanging out around here. Okay. You done had a little bit of success. I'm telling y'all how people, you know how people be treating y'all. All right. That's why the message tonight is excess baggage. Get rid of it. Okay. So, and watch what's going to happen for the second half of the year. Imagine how far you would be. This is July the 3rd, 2025, as we speak. The first 6 months are over with. They are over with. Just think about how far you got the first 6 months. Think about how far you would be if you got rid of the bums in your life, got rid of the busters in your life, got rid of these people holding and weighing you down. They ain't got no talent. They ain't got no reason around you, and they slow and they ain't even trying to do better. And when you start explaining stuff to them, they get slower. Look, the more Jesus talk, the more they don't know what he's talking about. All right. Why? Because they ain't trying to hear what he's saying. He said, this is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die. All right. So now he's making it more and more plain what he's talking about. He's like, look, y'all after temporary stuff. He said, I'm teaching you how to have real priorities. All right. So everybody put RP in the chat. He said, I'm teaching y'all real priorities. He said, because y'all got some, y'all childish around here. He said, the stuff that y'all doing when you win, you still lose. All right. He said, so I'm teaching you how to up your game. Real priority. Real priorities. Okay. So everybody put RP in the chat. Okay. Real priorities. This is what Jesus teaching everybody. He like, look, get some real priorities, man. Little stuff you chasing, that ain't even nothing. All right. Can come on with it. So that's why he's breaking it down. Like, I'm the bread that came down from heaven. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about stuff that don't never run out. Are you hearing me? It's like limitless resources. That's what he's teaching them. He's like, I'm the bread that came down from heaven. When you start kicking it with me, you get rid of all your pettiness. And now what? Everything is eternal. So what? Now it's limitless resources. He said, that bread that you ate was that was limited resources. This is limitless resources. All right. So when your priorities get right, you become limitless. Okay. Everybody put limitless in the chat. Limitless. Put it in the chat. Limitless. I don't know about you, but my days are spectacular. Why? Because man, I'd be like, what you finna do today, Lord? I'm like, what's about to happen today? Because it's just amazing what's going on over here. I'm like, I be just staying out the way. I just get up, do my scriptures, read my Bible, do my prayers, learn what I'm going to teach people for the day or whatever the call to action is for the day. Make sure I'm real generous so I don't block nothing. Stay off the phone. Don't talk to people too much because they ain't talking about nothing. Stay away from gossipers and stuff. You dig? Stay away from little poo butts and people who ain't got nothing on their mind. You know what I'm talking about? Don't watch the news at all. I ain't about to lose. You're talking about mess your head up, sitting up watching the news. You're talking about limiting yourself. I'm like, I ain't finna sit here and do what? I ain't finna sit here and and just limit myself. You hearing me? I ain't finna sit here and torture myself with all this negative stuff. I know that's game. I know why they do that stuff. Mess your head all up, make you all nervous and stuff. That's why the people that you be hanging out around, that's why they all nervous and stuff. When they leave you, the stuff they go do at their time, it's ridiculous. By the time they come back around you, they ain't got nothing to offer you. Why? Because of what they doing with their free time, with their private time. What you do at your private time is why you got such a good attitude. Is why you so positive. It's why you got so much energy. It's why you're such a blessing to be around. What you do at your private time. So when you meet people, you bring your private time into the public life, and that's why you're such a blessing. Okay, and that's why you shouldn't be messing around with people who ain't no blessing. You should let them know that hey, I don't. You're not welcome around here. All right. You're not welcome around here. You're not welcome around here. All right. Let them know. Let them know unless you change your attitude. All right. So he said, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me have everlasting life. He said, your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness, and I did. He said, this is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die. Then he says, I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. All right. So what Jesus talking about? He's like, look, I'm paying the price. All right. So everybody put IPP in the chat. I'm paying the price. All right. This is my personal testimony. If that's yours, put it in the chat. I'm paying the price. Okay. I'm paying the price. All right. So I'm paying the price. So if you don't want to pay the price, then me and you ain't nothing supposed to be talking about. Why should I be paying the price? You want to hang out around me and you don't want to pay the price. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Hey, listen to me. Y'all got too many people around y'all that don't want to pay the price. Now you hear what I'm talking about? And y'all cool. But it ain't cool what you're doing. You cool with the people. But they excess baggage. And don't you be paying the price other folks don't want to pay it. Let them know, okay, you do what you want to do. But me, I'm paying the price. Why? Because I want the prize. I paid the price and I obtained the prize, for he saved my soul that was lost. And now my treasures are in the skies. I'm glad I counted the cost. So I'm paying the price because I want the prize. All right. I want a little Fruit Loops with my 2 scoops. I want my Fruit Loops with 2 scoops and make it a double decker. I want no Captain Crunch. I want a real prize. So if I'm gonna get a real prize, I gotta pay a real price. Real prize equals a real price. All right. So RP equals RP. Everybody put in the chat. RP equals RP. A real price equals a real prize. All right. Put in the chat. RP equals RP. Put in the chat. Let's go. RP. RP equals RP. All right. If you don't pay no real price, you ain't get no real prize. I know everybody want a real prize, and they don't want to pay the real price. So I'm like, well, you got to go. All right. Get rid of that excess baggage. Because why? You get around people long enough who don't want to pay the real price, you're going to start doing what? You're going to start trying to pay a sucker's price too. Because only a sucker want a real prize and don't want to pay the real price. Only a sucker, because only a sucker think they can reap what they didn't sow. Only suckers think like that. That's why when I grew up playing 3-card Molly on the back of the bus, that's why I was a sucker born every day. That's why it was easy for me to trick people. Why? Because they thought they was getting a real prize without paying a real price. They really thought I was on the back of the bus to donate my money to them when I was a professional hustler. I wasn't giving my money to nobody. I was just looking for the next sucker. Know what I'm talking about? So I'm teaching y'all how to stay away from that stuff. Are you hearing me? You ain't getting no real prize without no real. You ain't getting no real prize without no real price. Pay the real price and you get the real prize. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Okay, so Jesus is teaching these guys and building them up. And now he's finally going to get to the point. He said, the Jews strove among themselves, saying, how can this man give us his flesh to eat? Now listen to me. Ain't it amazing how when you got bigger revelations than the people around you? Ain't it amazing how when somebody says something and you don't understand it, and you talking to your friends and they all slow, ain't it amazing how instead of you asking the person who is doing the presentation, what do you mean? People turn around from slow JoJo to slow Joe, and they start asking each other questions. That's why you got to drop them off, baby. You got to drop them off. They slow. I hear me. Look at slow Joe. Look at slow Joe and slow JoJo. Hey, man, what is this cat talking about? They start talking amongst themselves. What is this guy? What is it? Eat his flesh. What is he talking about? What is he on, man? Let me read it to you one more time. This is what they said. It says, the Jews therefore strove among themselves. What? I mean, they fighting about this thing. Strove what? That mean they arguing about it. What? Hey man, what are you talking about, man? How can we get this man our flesh to eat? What's going on? Right? Blood pressure going up, panicking, all that sort of thing. You know what I'm talking about? Why? Because ignorant people panic. You know what the ignorant people want? What an ignorant person won't do? Ignorant people are assumptive. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Slow people are very assumptive, very presumptuous. They always talking to each other about what the problem is. I'm like, he just as slow as you. I hear what I'm talking about. He ain't got no sense. It's just like the dude that was trying to help Dr. King. Dr. King and some of his friends was down south looking for his church. So this guy was trying to be nice. He was like, go down the barn and make a left, then make a right over by the windmill. No, go down by the windmill, make a left, then make a right by the barn. He said, you know what? They say, what's that? He said, I reckon I don't know where that place is. They say, all right, cool. So they pull off. He comes chasing them down the street. So he catch up with their car. They say, what's going on, young man? He said, I'm so glad. I'm so glad I caught y'all. He said, what's that? He said, I was just talking to my brother Ralph. He said, uh-huh. He said, Ralph say, he don't know where that place is either. Slow. Are you hearing me? Why you come to announce to me how slow you are and how slow Ralph is? Drop him off. I hear what I'm talking about. Drop him off. Everybody put DOF in the chat. Drop. I mean DEO in the chat. Drop him off. DEO. All right. DEO. Drop him off. DEO. Drop him off. Excess baggage. Drop him off. Drop him off. Why? Because they ain't got good son. All right. All right. I'm trying to help you out tonight. Drop them off, DEO. So you say, Brother Ricky, that's mean. When people slow, you just got to take your time and help them. No, let me explain something to you. I'm talking about AD, no curse at AD, all right. Keep the cursing down, all right. All right. So I'm telling you that this is Jesus' way of dealing with people who are voluntarily slow, ain't trying to do no better. I'm not talking about, see, the person that really mean well, they'll talk to you. They'll ask you what you mean. They won't be sitting around talking to their slow friends. I hear what I'm talking about. They are excess baggage. You have to leave them alone. They won't talk to you. They won't confer with. They don't ask you what you mean. Why? Because they don't want to do it. That's why. If they wanted to do it, they would ask you. But in order to justify not doing it, they ask each other. All right. You know what it's called? It's called dummy justification. And that's what? That's the DJs around here. They are dumb justifiers. So everybody put DJ in the chat. Drop these DJs off. All right. You got a DJ at your party? Get rid of them. So, everybody put DJs in the chat. You say, what you talking about, Ricky? These some dumb justifiers. They justify being dumb. Are you hearing me? Why? Because they have to talk to each other about the problem. They don't want to talk to you about it. Why? Because you tell them they'll be able to solve the actual problem. Dumb people don't want to solve no problems. Are you hearing me? Drop that dead weight. How you hear what I'm talking about? You ain't got time for that. You moving, and it's time for you to what? Accelerate. How you gonna accelerate with people around you? They won't even ask you a question about what you meant. You make a declaration, you say something, and then they won't even pay no attention to what you're talking about. They start talking to each other. I'm like, oh, slow Joe don't know what's going on. Are you hearing me? I talk to people about money all the time. That's what I do for a living. Okay, so that's what I talk about money a lot, wealth a lot, positioning, business, give people advice and all that. So they'll come back and tell me what they little broke brother said, broke sister said, broke husband said, broke wife said, but whoever, slow Joe. And I said, why didn't you just come ask me? And why didn't you just ask me the question? That's why I have a challenge once a month so you can come and ask me questions. All right. I mean, I know what I know. I know how to open up a tax-free common law trust. I know how to make money online, $1 million in a day. The stuff I know, I know. Okay. So, and I know that I know it. So I don't like need nobody permission to act like I know something I already know. That's where I live my life. And you don't either. So what you know, and you're really good at it. Okay. But you really know. And if you got something that I'm not really good at, I'm coming to you. All right. I'm so slow on a computer until don't be talking too slick now. I still made $10 million over the last 2, 3 years. All right. But I'm so slow on a computer until I tried to do a class yesterday. And some of y'all in my class, some of y'all listening now in my financial IQ class. And I'm so slow until I had to do it on a computer. I didn't want to do it on because my camera wouldn't come on. But it's a button right here. It's F10 right here. It's clearly got a camera on it. All you gotta do is press the button and the camera come on. I didn't know. I ain't know why. Because I'm slow. I'm talking about technology. I still type with one finger, but I still wrote what? 4 books working on the 5th book. Why? Because I'm slow. So what you do? So I write the stuff out and then I give it to the people I want to type it. I say, y'all type it. All right. I say, y'all type that. Why? Because I'm not really even interested in learning. All right. I'm slow over there, but I got enough sense to know what you can do it better than me. So I ask the person that's better than me questions. I don't ask another person that write in cursive how to type. I'm slow enough, all right? I still write everything. I got an ink pen right here, all my notes and stuff, right? I write everything with a pen. I'm on a plane writing books with an ink pen. I'm the only one on there even writing with an ink pen. I don't care. That's how I get down. You get down where you get down. All right. You do things where you do it. All right. It ain't stopping me from writing no books. And when it come down to type it, I don't what? I just let somebody else to do it. Why? Because I'm not no dumb justifier. I know that what they can do it better than me. So I ain't gonna sit up taking all night and all day to type no book. I just let them do it. Why? Because I drop excess baggage. Like, listen what I'm talking about? I don't sit around and mess around with excess baggage. And I'm going to teach you all tonight how to have the same attitude that Jesus Christ had, same attitude that he still got right now, because some of these people around y'all are too slow. And they costing you a lot of money. They costing you a lot of time. They costing y'all health. Some of y'all sick right now. You say, why you sick right now? Because of them busters you got around you. Good and well you shouldn't have these people around you. Are you hearing me? And I command you up under the authority of Jesus Christ tonight to be like Teddy Pendergrass. Let them go. Let them go. Let them go. All right. Jesus did it. All right. I said Jesus did it. All right. He said, and the Jews therefore strove among themselves instead of asking Jesus something. They all talking to each other. Then finally, this is what I want to get down to tonight. So it's three things for you to do to get rid of baggage. All right. The first thing is what Jesus does right here. He says, verily, verily, I say unto you, except you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no part, you have no life in you. All right. So now he's letting them know that this is what you got to do or you can go. All right. He says, verily, verily, I say unto you, except you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. All right. So everybody write it down. Number one, put it in the chat. Number one is declaration. This is how you get rid of the bums in your life that you don't want to be that you don't want to be bothered with. That's how you get rid of the excess baggage. Number one, make a declaration. All right, put it in the chat. I'm teaching. It's only three things I'm going to teach you. All right, took me a half an hour to get to it, but it's only three things I'm going to teach you. All right, number one, make a declaration. All right, all right. I'm gonna jump it off. I'm gonna jump it off. Declaration. Declaration. All right. Tell everybody what the standard is. All right. Declaration, because y'all too slow for me over here. Let me put it in here. Declaration. All right. First thing you do is you make a declaration. Okay. Because you got to let people know this is where I'm drawing a line. All right. So come on, put it in the chat and I'll teach y'all the next point. Make a declaration. Jesus made a declaration. He's like, except you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you can ride out. Okay. You can get gone. All right. You can bounce. All right. So make a declaration in your life. What is your declaration? I said, what's your declaration? What is your declaration? When are you going to make a declaration? When are you going to tell everybody around you, this is my standard right here. Get with it or don't get with it. Oh, that's amazing how many people running a business, a company, families, all kinds of, they made no declaration. You know what I'm talking about? Don't nobody even know what the standard is. Why? Because you're too busy worried about whether they're going to leave or not. You make a declaration. Everybody ain't supposed to be around you. They'll leave on their own. You're like, man, I really wish I can get this cat out of my house. Make a declaration. They'll leave on their own. All right. I really wish I can get this person out of my business. Make a declaration. They'll leave on their own. Man, I really wish I can get this person out of my ministry. Make a declaration. They'll leave on their own. All right. Make a declaration. The reason people just hang around all this sort of thing, why? Because they don't even know what the standard is. You hear what I'm talking about? You got to tell them the standard. All right. Tell them. Tell them. Everybody put it in the chat. Tell them. Tell them. Tell them what the standard is. All right. Did you hear what I'm saying? This is not mean. All right. This is how you stay sane. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Come on. We're going to go into the second half of the year. What have you accomplished? Okay. I said, what have you accomplished? Are you on track? Are you on point? Are your goals being hit? Okay. Are the people around you helping you to reach your goals, and are you helping them to reach their goals? Are you all working together? All right. If they not, if you don't have no direction nobody's heading in, then everybody can hide behind what? They can hide behind the fact that there has not been a declaration. And believe you me, human nature is people will hide as long as they can hide. A declaration does what? It brings everybody out of their hiding place. Do you know what lions do to get their prey? Lions go real loud. You dig? What? You scare the hell out of all the little, all those little animals. They come running out. Eat me, eat me. So you're gonna have to get rid of the folks that ain't supposed to be hanging out around you. And the best way to do it is make a declaration. Roar. Did you hear what I said? All right. We lions, ain't we? I don't know about you, but I'm from the lion of the tribe of Judah, just like Jesus. All right. So you know what I'm doing around here? Roaring. I am, man. I'm like, hey, this is how we getting down around here. Okay. And if you roar, everybody take off on their own. All right. Everybody put a roar in that chat. Matter of fact, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, but everybody give me your best roar too. All right. Come on, give me your best roar. Come on, I know I can't hear y'all, but give me your best roar anyway. Come on, give it to me. Give me your best roar. Don't give it to me like Simba when he was a little kid. You remember Lion King? Until Mufasa came around. Who roared? Are you roaring, Joyce? Let's go. Anybody else over here roaring? Let me see. Who else roaring over here? Baby Chef, let's go. Roar. Anybody else roaring? Come on, y'all, let's go. Anybody else roaring around here? We at Fab, let's go. Roar. We roaring, right? We get rid of the bubs. Like, you know what I'm talking about? So y'all know what? Y'all listen. Y'all know I'll talk at night. It's 6:30. I'm sleepy already. Y'all better have some fun with me. Y'all know I'll be teaching nobody at nighttime. I go to bed at night. You say, what time you go to bed? I go to bed like 63-year-olds go to bed. We start getting sleepy around 7 o'clock. All right. Roar! What's that song? I want to hear you roar. What's that? Alicia Keys cut? I want to hear you roar. Ba, 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 da, da. Ba, 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 da, da. Ba, 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 ba. I want to hear you roar. Ba, 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 ba. That's what we need to do. We need to be roaring around here, but and scare some of these folks, get rid of some of these bums. All right, so here he is. Jesus just got through roaring. He said, "Except you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you ain't got nothing to do with me." He said, "Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise them up at the last day." He said, "For my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed." So he's like, man, I'm worth it. Okay. Oh, that's Katy Perry made that cut. Okay. So I'm worth it. All right. Everybody put in the chat. I'm teaching y'all real humility. Matter of fact, y'all just need to get my book. All right. Just put humble in the chat. You can be one of the first people to read our book. It's just coming out. All right. If you want to be aggressive and get these bums out your life, and you need the humility to do it, just comment humble, and my link will come across, and my book will be out in a couple of days. You'll be one of the first people to get it. All right. So just put in humble and order the book. All right. So you can do it. So you can be aggressive, because Jesus is humble and he's aggressive at the same time. He's humble because he's just telling everybody who he really is, but he's aggressive because he's getting rid of some folks. So that's why I wrote the book, Humble Aggression. I told you I was writing it. I told you I'd be done. Finally be done. If y'all already ordered the book, by the way, you'll be getting it next week. Okay. Some of y'all ordered it way back when I first started talking about it. It was last year when I first started talking about this book. All right. So humble aggression will teach you that, man, I'm worth it. Everybody walking around talking about, I ain't worthy. I'm like, well, you ain't, how in the world you gonna never be worth something if you ain't worthy? Are you hearing me? How in the world? That's so counterproductive. That's so fake humble. How in the world you gonna be worth something and you ain't worthy? Hey, listen to me. Lord, I ain't worthy. You ain't worthy. You ain't worthy. The Bible say that the laborer is worthy of his hire. What you talking about? I ain't put it in that chat. Put it in that chat. I'm worthy. Come on, where y'all at? Put it in that chat. I'm teaching y'all how to get out y'all funk. All right, how to get rid of this. If you don't think you worthy, you don't let anybody hang out with you. Are you hearing me? If your self worth is in the gutter, come on, put it in chat. Put I'm worthy in that chat. Where y'all at? Come on, I need some kings and queens around there. I'm gonna be dealing with no little poo butts tonight. All right. I need some folks. I need some folks who know your worth. Are you hearing me? Put it in the chat. I'm worthy. All right. You said that ain't humble, brother Ricky. That's a very arrogant thing to say. No, you don't even know what humility is. Humility is the fact that you declare. I told you, first thing you do is make a declaration, and Jesus is declaring to these people who he is. Why? Because he know he's worthy of what he's saying, because it's the truth. Just don't lie. All right. Be worthy of whatever it is. Whatever you say you are, just be the truth. All right. Just let that be who you really are. Whatever your declaration is, just make sure it's a truthful declaration. Are you hearing me? And if you humble, you have to declare. All right. The Bible says, lift up your voice like a trumpet. All right. In other words, what? Roar. Don't just sit around here and acting with this fake humility. Ain't nothing humble about you sitting around letting people walk all over you. Ain't nothing humble about that. Are you hearing me? Are you digging what I'm saying? So speak up. Now it's a big difference between being speaking up for yourself and being arrogant. Being arrogant means you sitting up doing a whole bunch of talking, but you ain't doing no walking. So you're really doing some squawking. When you're doing a whole bunch of talking and you ain't doing no walking, it's just some squawking. Now, you hear what I'm talking about? But when you handle your business and you declare who you are and let the people around you know, I'm drawing a line right here, and you come and get down, or you get left behind, or make me know that I'm cool either way. All right. And what's going to end up happening? You're going to end up helping a whole lot of people by the people that stick around will actually have some direction. The people that leave, good. Because the folks that stick around, they'll have some direction. Because right now, ain't nobody got no direction in your business, in your company, in your minute, whatever you're doing, if you ain't made no declaration. Ain't nobody got what they don't even know what direction to go in. Because you haven't declared it. Are you listening to me? You letting everybody just ride. You know, everything all willy-nilly. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Better get rid of some of that dead weight. Make a declaration. I hear you wake up tomorrow, you say, Brother Rick, I ain't got nothing but 4 people left in what I'm doing. And you're gonna wake up dancing. Are you hearing me? Why? You're like, all those busters left. Do you know how much joy we got around here now? I'm sorry, I'm skipping. I'm going, I'm going too fast. I'm going too fast. I'm going too fast. All right, let me read the next line. All right. He said, this is the bread which came down from heaven, not as your fathers did eat manna, and I did. He that eateth of this bread shall live forever. He said, these things said he in the synagogue as he taught in Capernaum, Many therefore of his disciples, when they heard this, said, this is a hard saying, who can hear it? All right. So number one, make a declaration. Number two, look for the departation. All right. So let's all put number two, departation. Departation. All right. Departation. All right. Because some people gonna bounce. You better believe it. Departation. Everybody put in the chat. Do you need a departation in your business? Do you need a departation in whatever it is you're doing? Are you doing something? I put deportation. Departation. Departation, y'all. Departation. Probably ain't never even used this word. Why? Jesus told Peter, depart from me, you work of iniquity. All right. I mean, no, he didn't tell Peter that. He told him, get behind me, Satan. He said, I'm gonna tell the wicked folk in the last day when they come rolling up on me like they know me, I'm gonna tell them, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. So if I was you, I get everybody that's a work of iniquity to depart from me right now, so you don't get in front of Jesus and he tell you to depart from him. All right. Spell check. You got that right, baby. Baby Chef, you too funny. You too funny. Yeah, spell check. So listen, you go, you're gonna hang out with the people, you're going to behave like them. Like you know what I'm talking about? So you're going to behave like them. So since you're going to behave like them, make sure everybody that you're around is worth behaving like. Because you're going to take that same behavior in front of Jesus Christ on Judgment Day. And what? It's going to be a great departation on Judgment Day. You can believe that. All right. The question is, did you have a departation before Judgment Day? I hear what I'm talking about? It's got to be a Judgment Day before Judgment Day. All right, listen to me. Say what you're talking about. You better learn how to judge the folks that's hanging out around you. That's what I'm talking about. And you better tell some of these folks, look, you ain't up to speed with what we doing. All right. And I made a declaration of what you're going to do. I'm just telling you, brace yourself. Brace yourself for what? The departation. So what happened? So when he said, because it's going to happen, I'm just telling you what's going to happen in your life. All right. I'm just prophesying over your life, telling you what's going to happen. If you make a declaration, it's going to be a departation. All right. So let's see how Jesus responded. So a lot of them say, man, it's a hard saying, man. That's hard to do. 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 Let me ask you a question. If you don't even know what somebody's talking about, how are you going to declare it's hard to do? I'm just telling you how slow people are. Are you hearing me? I'm saying, how you gonna surmise? How you gonna come up? How you gonna conclude that something is hard to do and you don't even know what it is? Hey, listen to me. I'm telling you how slow people, slow folks. What? That's why you gotta get rid of them. They sitting over here arguing about stuff. They ain't ask Jesus no questions, and then they turn around and say, "Man, this is hard." Hard? How you know something is hard if you don't even know what the man is talking about? They said we don't understand what he's talking about. Okay, so you don't understand. Just ask him. Just ask him. Just ask him. All right. Just ask. We be in situations and stuff. We talking about how hard the situation is. Man, this is a hard situation right here. I'm like, why don't you just ask for some help? All right. Just ask for some. How easy is it to ask for some help? It's so easy to ask when you don't understand something. How easy is it just to ask the person, what do you mean? I don't understand you. All right. But I want to understand. All right. I don't want to leave. I want to understand. Most of the time when you make a declaration, the people around you, they ain't going to ask you no questions. They're just going to depart. That's why God told you to make the declaration so you can get rid of them, so you can make some room for some people who want to pay attention to what's going on. Do you know that's how you run empires and dynasties? Hey, listen to me. I hear what I'm saying. You know because the people ask you questions. You know who end up being good business partners with me? The people that come to the challenge and ask me questions. I got people that be making statements online, what? Millions of folks saying all kind of dumb stuff they don't know nothing about. Hey, I heard this guy talking about you can get 10 times your money back from the bank. Ain't no way in the world you could do that. That's hard. But they ain't never asked me. Why they ain't never asked me? Because to ask me a question, you got to come to the financial IQ challenge and you got to be in the platinum section to ask me a question. Or you can pay me $50,000 for an hour. You can ask me anything you want. All right. So what happens? I made prices that do what? That make people depart. You say what? I made my prices $50,000 an hour so I can create what? A departation. Why? Because I don't want them busters hanging out. I don't want to be bothered with people like that. If they're too cheap to come to a financial IQ challenge and ask a question, I don't want to be bothered with them. Are you hearing me? I got a simple life. I ain't got no whole bunch of people hanging out around me. Why? Because I learned from Jesus how to behave. Raise the stakes and create a departation. Create a departation. CAD. Everybody put it in the chat. All right? CAD. Put it in the chat. Create a departation. Are y'all listening? CAD. All right, put it in the chat. I'm teaching you how to get rid of dead weight. You watching the video tonight? I'm teaching you how to get rid of dead weight. All right, create. All right, a declaration. All right, and what? And you're going to create a departation. They ain't gonna ask you. They're not gonna ask you what you meant. Not the ones that's meant to leave. They ain't gonna ask you. Why? Because they ain't not interested in what you're talking about. They interested in hanging around. They want to be done. All right. Because people that want to be dumb don't ask questions. I ask question after question after question with whoever I'm around so I can get an understanding. I don't act like I understand things I don't understand. I was in a meeting one day and this guy was talking about a new currency. This is way back in like 2016, 17, something like that. He had a new coin that he was bringing out, a crypto idea that he was bringing out. Well, I was very interested in crypto. And by the way, everybody put congrats in the chat. I just bought another Bitcoin yesterday. Come on, put congrats in the chat for your coach. I just bought it. I'm talking about a whole Bitcoin. I ain't talking about no piece of one. Just bought one yesterday. Why? Because they're gonna be worth about 10 million over in the next 5, 10 years. It'd be 10 million for a Bitcoin. Right here, I'm talking about it's gonna easily be a million, but I'm thinking in the next 10 years, I'm thinking 10. All right, 10 million for one coin. All right, because Brother Rick gonna be rich. I don't know about you. You do it make the most sense. Y'all run around. You're gonna try to go buy you a house and flip it. I'm like, man, please, you ought to be flipping a Bitcoin. Like, you know what I'm talking about? You ain't even got to keep up with no tenants or nothing. And you making 10 times more money. Huh? See, y'all hating on me. I ain't even got no congrats. Well, yeah, come on, I teach y'all for free every day, and y'all can't congratulate your brother. What's going on? Where's the love around here? Where is the love? Don't be no Bitcoin hater. All right, just say congrats to you. I bought a Bitcoin, baby, chief. Bitcoin is 100 and I don't know, 100. What is Bitcoin right now? Let's see. Let me look at this account right quick. Let me see. It's yeah, if you wanna buy a coin all at one time, open up a Gemini account. Okay? Open up a Gemini account if you want to buy a coin all at one time. So Bitcoin right now is $109,000 for a coin. All right. Yeah, close to 110. You say, Brother Ricky, stop bragging. I ain't bragging. I'm telling y'all numbers because I'm from the penitentiary and homeless. I don't want to hear that stuff. All right. I come from nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right. I'm telling y'all that so y'all so y'all stop being so petty with the way y'all think. Okay. Let somebody who ain't never had nothing, who came up from nothing, let them help you. Okay. Let somebody help you. All right. Don't be mad. Be a blessing. Be a blessing to folks. All right. So Jesus made a declaration. They made a departation. All right, let's see how he responds to it. Okay, let's see how he responds. All right, so they left out saying, man, can't nobody hear this. When Jesus knew in himself that his disciples murmured at it, he said unto them, all right, so he turns around and he looks at his boys, his real close boys. He says, doth this offend you? He said, what and if you shall see the Son of Man ascend up where he was before? He said, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. He said, it is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. He said, but there are some of you that don't believe. So what is Jesus doing? He said, he made a declaration. They made a departation. So he's now what? He's having a rejuvenation. See, the problem with people is that when people leave, they sit around crying, not Jesus. Jesus had rejuvenation. All right, let's put it in the chat. Rejuvenation. This is the last part, and I got to ride. All right, rejuvenation. I command you under the authority of Jesus Christ, the creator of the ends of the earth. I command you, brother. I command you, sister, to party because you got them bums out your life. Rejuvenation. There it is. Bang. Put it in the chat. All right. Send that off, okay? Rejuvenation. All right. Come on. Put it in the chat. Rejuvenation. Let's go. Come on. Why? Because I was sitting around that depressed. You made a declaration. You knew when you made it, it was going to be a departation. All right. And now that you got a departation, you should be having a rejuvenation. I mean, you should have expected it when you raised the standard and you said, I'm going to get rid of some dead weight. And then you get rid of the dead weight. And now you act like what? Like you're upset. Man, I said that. And they left. I'm like, hallelujah. You're like, but I didn't think they was going to leave. I was just bluffing. No, don't be bluffing. When you get rid of excess weight, mean it. Are you hearing me? And when the person bounce, be glad. Tell them, you know what? I'm so glad you gone. I don't know what to do. Hallelujah. Now what? Now we get something done around here. All right. Now we can do what? We can get some real work done. Why? Because the reason we wasn't going no place is because I was sitting around here putting up with your nonsense. I'm talking about all of y'all that's disciplined, diligent in handling your business. Now, if you ain't handling your business, don't be making no declarations. If you ain't handling your business, don't be instigating no departations. If you ain't handling your business, you don't need no rejuvenation. You need to do what? You need to start handling your business. But I'm talking to all y'all today who've been handling your business and you've been on top of your game and you've been doing stuff the way it's supposed to be done. And you got to the whole first half of the year that went by and you ain't hardly made it nowhere. I'm talking to you. That's what this message is for. That's why I'm up at 6:30 at night, whatever time it is, almost 7 o'clock. All right. I ain't going past 7. I got 7 minutes to finish this lesson. All right. So that's why I'm up at 7 o'clock at night. I'll half sleep. Because I love y'all. And I want to see you in no early grade. You hear me? I want to see you I want to see you happy, joyful, and amazingly productive. So I'm just making some suggestions that Jesus did. Jesus is like, I am not happy. All right. Jesus like, I am not happy. I got too many busters hanging out around me. It's time to downsize and get rid of some excess weight. I ain't gonna have to do nothing much. All I'm gonna have to do is make a declaration. All right. After I make a declaration, it's gonna be a departation. After that departation, it's gonna be some rejuvenation. Now I'm gonna have the energy to go out and do what it is I'm supposed to do. Because Jesus needed some energy because it's time for him to go to the cross. He know he got to go to the cross. He know what? He know he's gonna have to get crucified. He know what? He's gonna have to deal with old low down Judas. He know what? He got to deal with everybody running off on him. He already know what? That he needs some more energy to deal with what he's dealing with. So you would think he would be having a pity party, trying to get as many people as he can to come around him singing, nobody knows the trouble I see. That's what you would have thought, right? But hell to the hell, 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 to the no. Ain't the attitude Jesus got. When people be talking about Jesus, I be like, are you reading the same Jesus I'm reading? Jesus, I'm reading and have no pity parties. When I see people having a pity party, I'm like, do you read the same Bible I'm reading? Because I ain't seen Jesus having no pity party. I seen Jesus doing what? Making declarations, creating departations, and then having rejuvenation. I ain't seen Jesus no place with his head in the sand. I know he went. I know he went into the garden and prayed and all that. Lord, take this cup away from me. If you could take this cup away from me. I'm talking about he wasn't depressed about the people that left. He wasn't in no hurry to get no nail spiked in him. All right. He wasn't in no hurry to get in the garden and get pimp slapped. I know he wasn't in a hurry to get spit on. He wasn't in no hurry to get no crowns of thorns on his head. He wasn't in a hurry. He wasn't in no hurry for that. Why? Because he was a human being and God at the same time. And what? He felt that pain. He wasn't in a hurry to volunteer for no pain, but he was in a hurry to get rid of the bums that was hanging out around him, considering he had some pain to go through. And if I was you, you got some pain to go through. I got some pain to go through. All right. If I'm gonna go through some pain and you're gonna go through some pain, make sure it's with some ride or dies. Okay. Don't be going through the pain and the cat right next to you is what? Ain't no ride or die. Tell them to bounce. That way you can feel better about the pain you're getting ready to go through. Because ain't none of us gonna do nothing in this life that's got no impact without having to go through no pain. You living in a fantasy world. That ain't real. That ain't real life. Are you hearing me? Don't be talking about our Lord Jesus and think you ain't gonna do no suffering, baby. Are you hear what I'm talking about? You're gonna do some suffering if you're gonna be down with our Savior. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Our Savior, what? He endured the cross, despising the shame. Are you hear what I'm saying? And they nailed him to a cross, and he died a vicious death. But that ain't what the story ends. I said that ain't what the story ends. I said that ain't what the story ends. 3 days later, what? He got up out that grave, baby. What? With all power in heaven and earth in his hand. What? Rejuvenated. Are you hearing me? He had to do what? He had to make a declaration. So he can do what? So he can have some departation. What? So he can get to the rejuvenation. They nailed his hands, they nailed his feet. They put a crown of thorns on his head. They pierced him in his side just to see him bleed. They sealed him in a tomb, but oh, the tomb is empty now. He is risen from the grave. And oh, he is risen. He is not there. He is risen, oh, he is not there, no, no, he is risen, he is not there, he is risen from the grave. Anybody rejoicing today? I said, he is risen. Put in the chat, he is risen. He is not there. Hallelujah, God. He is risen. Oh, he is not there. No, 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 no. He is risen. He is not there. Oh, bless your name. He is risen. He is risen. He is risen from the grave. Listen, he is risen. You know, he is not there. Jesus is risen. He is no longer there. There were those grave clothes folded so neatly where he once lay. He is risen and he's coming back again. And oh, he is risen. He is not there. He is risen. Lord knows he is not there. He is risen. He is not there. Oh, he is risen. He is risen. He is risen from the grave. Hey, look, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. I love you all. Ain't nothing you can do about that. I speak a lightness into your life. As of this moment as we speak, you should be lighter than you've been all the days of your life because you have permission to relieve yourself of the baggage, get rid of the excess weight, and come on, rise up with our Lord and be the best that you can be in this life and the life to come It is written in the blood of Jesus. It is sealed. You have a beautiful, wonderful night. Be blessed in the city. Be blessed in the field. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your beautiful night. Live your beautiful night with in a risen state. And remember that stellar is as stellar does. God bless you. Have a great night. I see you lighting up. I see the burden off of you. I see the burden off of you.